Welcome back to Buy or Buy. Today we're looking at the 2009 Pontiac G8 GXP. This is Pontiac's absolute last great performance car. We're talking about a full-size, rear-drive American sedan built all the way in Australia by Holden, and then literally dropped into Pontiac dealerships right as GM completely killed off the brand.
It was the single most powerful production Pontiac ever made, and almost nobody even noticed. Just listen to this spec sheet. 415 horsepower from a Corvette LS3 V8, a Tremec 6-speed manual, 0 to 60 in exactly 4.5 seconds. Massive Brembo brakes, and they built only 1,829 of these things ever. It cost 40 grand brand new, and you can grab one for 25 grand used today, and trust me, that price is actively rising. Section 1. Who and cross-shop. Let's look at exactly who is hunting for this unicorn right now. We're talking about strict LS platform diehards, enthusiasts who are absolutely desperate because they completely missed out on the BMW M5 E39 when it was sitting in that perfect $20,000 to $30,000 pricing window. We've got sleeper sedan lovers hunting for radar and visibility, and of course, rigid manual transmission purists. Now, what else are they looking at? You could buy a BMW M5 E60 for 20 grand used today, but you're playing terrifying bearing roulette with that V10 engine. No thanks. Or you could grab a Gen 2 Cadillac CTS-V for 25 grand and immediately inherit known clutch sleeve cylinder issues. Or maybe pit it against American muscle. The 2014 to 2017 Chevrolet SS sits right at 30 grand used and shares the exact same LS3. You could also cross-shop the heavy-hitting Dodge Charger SRT8 with its 6.1 Hemi. But truthfully, none of those capture the raw, lightning-in-a-bottle magic of the GXP. Bottom line, it's the ultimate sleeper sedan for LS purists who absolutely refuse to play European maintenance roulette. Moving to Section 2, the gems. Here is every reason why this car is an absolute engineering legend. Let's start under the hood. We have the 6.2-liter LS3 V8 lifted directly from the C6 Corvette. It pumps out exactly 415 horsepower at 5,900 RPM and 415 pound-feet of torque at 4,600 RPM. This is pure, simple pushrod architecture. That means dirt-cheap service, infinite aftermarket support, all pairing perfectly with a mechanical limited-slip diff. You pick either the Tremec TR-6060 6-speed manual or the incredibly robust 6L80 6-speed automatic. Then we hit the chassis. 8 minutes, 24 seconds. That is the Nürburgring lap time. That is actually quicker than the contemporary M5 E60. How? It runs an FE3 Nürburgring-tuned suspension with stiffer springs and bigger anti-roll bars. You've got Brembo 4-piston front calipers clamping down on 14-inch rotors, pulling a .90G Skidpad rating on 19-inch HSV wheels wrapped in summer Bridgestones. It is a total track weapon. But inside the cabin, it gets even better. You're sitting in leather sport buckets with exclusive GXP stitching, you get full instrumentation, a massive, full-size cabin with a legitimate 3-across rear seat, and a real trunk. It operates as a perfectly comfortable cruiser that violently morphs into a sedan-sized 911 the second you mash the throttle. And the Heritage is just insanely cool. Built in late 2008 in Elizabeth, Australia by Holden, it's literally a rebadged HSV Club Sport R8. It landed right as GM discontinued Pontiac in April 2009, making this their final greatest performance car. This is the holy grail that directly birthed the Chevrolet SS spiritual successor. Bottom line, $39,995 new in 2009 was exactly half the price of an M5 E60. Today, it's a $25,000 to $55,000 used car and rising. LS3 parts are literally everywhere, and the 6L80 Auto is shared with basically every GM truck on the road. Section 3. The issues. We are pulling absolutely zero punches here. Let's start with the critical stuff. The rear cradle and subframe bushings physically tear under all that immense LS3 torque, causing a horrible launch clunk and tramping. Stock replacement runs $300 to $800, but upgrading to aftermarket urethane permanently fixes this for $200 to $500. Next, the 6L80 automatic torque converter shudders around 50 to 60 miles per hour in lockup. That's a $1,500 to $3,500 repair if rebuilt out of warranty. Finally, the brand discontinued service network means absolutely zero Pontiac dealers have existed since 2010. You are entirely on your own here. Moving to the moderate problems, the Tremec TR-6060 manual suffers from a famously notchy 1-to-2 cold shift. Front suspension bushings wear out heavily right around 80,000 miles, hitting you with a $600 to $1,200 repair bill. You're going to get chronic Brembo brake pad squeal, demanding a $400 to $800 pad refresh. And sourcing Holden-specific trim parts? You literally have to ship them from Australia. Then there's the minor, annoying stuff. HID headlight bulb failures cost $150 to $300 to fix. Those 19-inch wheels attract curb rash like an absolute magnet, running $200 to $400 per wheel to refinish. Interior plastic squeaks erupt past 60,000 miles, and the driver's side leather bolster wears out super fast. The passenger airbag warning light might flicker thanks to a known TSB sensor mat issue. The dated 6-speaker audio has absolutely no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and prepare your wallet because you suffer a painful 13 miles per gallon in the city, 20 on the highway, and yes, it requires premium fuel. Bottom line, the cradle bushings clunk and the 6 LED shutters, but the LS3 is the single most over-engineered V8 in America. Verdict? Buy. The 2009 Pontiac G8 GXP is hands down the absolute cheapest way into a real 4-door LS3 V8 sedan with a Tremec 6-speed and Brembo brakes. Here is exactly how you buy one. Step 1. Buy the 6-speed manual in any condition under 100,000 miles. Step 2. Maybe buy the automatic if it is priced perfectly right and the torque converter feels completely smooth. Step 3. Buy only if the cradle bushings are fully slammed and the seller cannot show any service records. And honestly, even then, it's probably still a buy. The parts are just infinite. Bottom line? It's half the price of an M5 E60, has none of the European bearing roulette, and an ultra-rare 1,829-unit production run makes values climb every single year. So the final question is, are you ready to start hunting for the ultimate American sleeper before the rest of the market catches on?